Hi guys, welcome back to another Bourbon Santa video. Today, I thought we would talk about hunting bourbon, or whiskey, or any kind of alcohol hunting. I keep getting a lot of questions. How do you keep finding these allocated, hard to find bottles? Master's Keeps, Forgivens, Mash Bill 2s, Midwinter Nights, etc., etc. How do I find this stuff? How do I keep coming up with it? Well, for one, I hunt in the morning. I hunt first thing in the morning. And I find that shop owners, there's two things going on. One, they're stocking stuff. Stuff they got in the night before. They're putting some of that on shelves. Also, I find that in the beginning of a day, shop owners are much more willing to negotiate on the price of a whiskey because they want to start off that day with a sale. And especially if it's going to be a big sale. And like today, the third stop I went to, I found quite a haul. And it was a decent amount of money. And I was able to get a good percentage off of the total because I was spending a chunk of change. And I've been going into this store at least once a week for 6 months. I mean, they know me by first name basis. That is key number two. Key number two is building relationships with your store owners and their employees. Sometimes I'll bring bourbon into a liquor store if I know they haven't tasted it yet. Especially if it's something that I bought from them and I know they haven't tasted it. Sometimes I take that whiskey back and let them have a taste of it. You wouldn't believe how much that greases some palms. Oh, god dang. This Private Barrel Smoke Wagon, holy crap. There will be a review soon. Anyway, building relationships is the biggest thing you can do to start finding hard to find allocated bourbons and some of the more rare stuff, especially Dusties. A lot of times they won't even have Dusties out on the shelf. But once you build a relationship with that store owner, he's going to be like, hey, look what I found in the back. And pull you out some crazy old Wild Turkey Dusty or whatever. This is Act 4 of Midwinter Nights Dram. This was released 5 years ago. How is this still sitting on shelves? Well, these were hiding in the back of the shop until this morning. This was the first thing that she put out on the shelf this morning. 2 bottles of this Act 4. And there I was, ready to scoop them up. And then get a discount on them. Because I'm in there so much. They know me first name basis. I had another shop. I asked him about getting a BIB, a Wild Turkey Master's Keep Bottled and Bond, 17-year. Because when I talked to him about it, I didn't have one yet. Well, after that, I found one and I bought it in a different shop. But then, earlier this week when I came into this shop, he had fought with his distributor to get a bottle of 17 BIB for me. So, of course, I bought it. But he fought with his distributor to get this for me. Because I'm in that store at least once a week. And I buy stuff there. You know, and it's not always expensive stuff. Sometimes it's cheap stuff. But because I'm in there consistently, they know my face. They know the stuff I'm looking for. You know, talk to your clerks. You never know what kind of relationship you can build up with someone, and then they're going to help you in your bourbon hunting journey. They're going to fight with their distributor to get bottles for you. That's amazing. When you've reached that level, you're doing okay. The last point I want to bring up is you've got to develop or start taking notes. I have a photographic memory. So I go into a bottle shop and I'm scanning the aisles, looking at everything, and I'm looking at prices. there are deals to be found even in the bottle museums. There was one recently that I was in on Monday, and it's a bottle museum. I mean, they had everything priced through the roof. You know, Old Forester birthday bourbon for $600. Yamazaki 12-year for almost $300. I can find that for $120 just by driving to a different store. They had, here's an example, Jack Daniel's Heritage Barrel bourbon, whiskey, whatever. I'm not going to get into that argument. Jack Daniel's Heritage Barrel. There are 3 different stores where I know I could drive right now and go buy that. At one store, it's $259. At another store, it's $150. And at that bottle museum, that's a little bit further away from me, it's $123. So, you know, you can find stuff, even in those bottle museums, that's worth buying. Now, I say worth buying. Those are the only 3 places I've ever seen Heritage Barrel. That's not true. There was one other, but that one's gone. That's the only 3 places I know of that I could go get it right now. And that's the other thing, too, you have to consider. Price. What is retail? What is retail? Too many people get hung up on retail. Too many people get hung up on the fact that I paid more than $99 for this Act 4. Well, guess what? It's not available anymore. I can't find this. So am I going to walk away from it because it's not at retail? No. What you've got to think about is, what is a whiskey worth to you? Who cares what retail is if you can't? This Smoke Wagon, I cannot get this in Florida. Cannot get it. What's it worth to me? It's worth a whole lot more than not having it. Think about that. You know, I don't care what retail is. I care what that bourbon or whiskey is worth to me. If it's worth $100 to me, I'll pay $100 for a whiskey that I can't find. I see all the time people post that they found Stag Junior, for instance, for $50-something in a controlled state somewhere. Does that mean I'm going to pass up on $99 Stag Junior here? No. Because the rest of the time it's going to be $129. So if I see it at $99, I'm grabbing it. If I see it at $85, I'm grabbing 3. You know, same thing all the way across the board. Prices vary depending on where you are. Think about what that whiskey's worth to you. Who cares what retail is in Arizona or in Ohio? You know, a Weller 107. $22 on the shelf in Ohio. When it shows up here, it's $150 because I see maybe 1 or 2 bottles an entire year. 12-year, that's a $36 whiskey in some places. When that shows up here, $250. Elmer T. Lee. I can get these Hancocks for $60. When I see Elmer T. Lee down here, it's $300 minimum. That's a $34 whiskey, $36 whiskey. Rock Hill Farms, same thing. If I see a Rock Hill here, they're $500. Up north, you can get them for $50. I'm not paying $500 for Rock Hill Farms. But my point is that prices vary so wildly. I don't care what somebody pays $36 for. If I can find that for $50 or $60, that's double retail. I'm going to pay it because my other option is to pay 10 times retail. Whiskey hunting should be an adventure. It's not an adventure of finding bourbon for the cheapest price possible. You're not going to win. You're not going to have fun doing that. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get upset. Why did I overpay for this whiskey? And then you won't want to open it. You know, don't fall into that. Think about what that whiskey is worth to you. Who cares what someone else paid for it? I almost never post in any of my pictures what I paid for a whiskey. For a reason. I don't like those conversations. People ask me what retail is for something. I don't tell them retail because I don't know. I tell them what I can find it for. I can find it between $99 and $129. That's the way the whiskey world works now. You know, some bottle shops are overcharging like crazy. because they know they're not going to get another case of that whiskey till next year. And once it's gone, it's gone. And they see people buying those whiskeys and flipping them. That doesn't make it right for them to charge 10 times retail. No. I try to stay at 2 times retail or less. That's where I try to stay. If I can find it at retail, hallelujah, it's a good day. But I'll go up to 2 times retail because I want that whiskey. That's how I hunt. And I spend money on whiskeys that I don't even like. Sometimes to build relationships with a store clerk, with a store owner. Maybe I'll buy some Bakers. It's okay. Bakers is okay. But I'm buying that to grease him up for the day later when he pulls something from behind the counter. Hey, guess what we just found in the back? Guess what? This BIB Master's Keep just came in. Those are the days I live for. Happy hunting. Until next time, good luck and have a great day.